What is up, my little pretties? It's your Mistress Deshaw Linus here, and today we are reviewing another movie. Wow, I've done a couple reviews so far. So the last review I reviewed was a Disney movie called The Lion King, the original. And today we're reviewing another movie that is original and that did get a remake last year, which was called, and it says the title, Aladdin. Now, Aladdin is one of my other favorite Disney movies besides The Lion King being one of them. Aladdin, I found this movie to be very good. It has Robin Williams, who played as the genie, but unfortunately, Robin Williams passed away, due to depression about a couple years ago. I think 2014 or 2015, somewhere around there, he died, which is sad. But I could definitely say this is one of my favorite movies with Robin Williams in it. I know he starred in other movies as well, well, this one's actually one of my favorites. Like he plays as the genie in this movie, and I believe Will Smith did a great job in the remake as well. But Robin Williams will always be the best genie in the original Aladdin movie. Now, I am going to be explaining what Aladdin is about. Now, Aladdin is basically about a street rat named Aladdin who has a monkey named Abu, and they live in a city called Agrabah. And of course, the two of them are poor, and Aladdin has to, run from people and stuff like that. Every time he steals, jewelry to food and stuff, anything like that, Aladdin has stole a couple of things in the past. And that was because he didn't have any money, he didn't have a job, and he basically didn't have any money, so he basically had to do what he had to do. Even though I do know that stealing is wrong, but this is actually something that Aladdin really had to do in order to live. So meanwhile, in the palace of Agrabah, there is a princess named Jasmine who apparently rejected every single prince that came from far and wide, as by her 16th birthday, she has to marry somebody. Meanwhile, the Sultan is trying to get Jasmine to marry somebody, but Jasmine would not do it, and she was being stubborn, and she didn't want to get married to someone random. I can understand, this is part of her culture, and I know not really arranged marriages or anything like that happen, but I could definitely say, marrying somebody you don't know is kind of something that no one should ever go through. I understand if it's if it's someone's culture and they do this, that I can totally respect that. I can respect if it's their culture. But I don't really like the idea of getting married to a random guy that I don't know. That's kind of, it can be scary, especially if the guy is going to treat his wife like a doormat or some and stuff like that. So, yeah. On with the movie cuz I'm getting like way off track. Now, now, basically, Jasmine runs away later that night and she pretends to be someone in this marketplace. And this is where Aladdin saves Jasmine. Jasmine basically gives an apple to a boy, and the apple guy at the marketplace gets so angry with Jasmine that he threatened to cut her arm off. But thankfully, Aladdin stopped him and saved her, and basically they both run off together. Now, meanwhile, Jafar is very depressed. He's not getting what he wants, and he's getting like, kind of pissed in the way. But he goes to his like hourglass and stuff like that to see who can. Sorry about that, people. That was my dog barking. If you hear that, I do apologize. Okay. So basically, he looks through like an hourglass or something on who can enter the Cave of Wonders, because the first guy he tried earlier in the movie, he basically died. So we could, if you guys have seen this movie, you probably will already know how he died. I'm not going to go into details, but because most of you guys who have seen the movie probably should already know how he died. Not try not to sound, too rude, but I'm just saying. Now, Jasmine and Aladdin are, hanging out together in the marketplace and stuff, and Aladdin explains to Jasmine that he had to steal and stuff like that, and then Jasmine That's what Aladdin said to Jasmine, and then Jasmine explains that she has to marry somebody that she didn't know, and I agree, that's not fair. Like, you can't, you need to, you don't want to be marrying a certain random person, especially if you don't know him or her. You can't marry somebody if you don't know them. I understand that's part of the cultures, but that is just very strange. Now, another thing I could definitely say is that Aladdin gets kidnapped by the guards, and Jasmine reveals her true identity is that she's a princess, and Razul, I think that's what the guard's name is, he basically says that she has to go talk to Jafar about the boy. So Jafar and Jasmine are in this scene, and Jasmine basically talks to about the boy at the marketplace, and basically, um, Jafar said that he was going to be executed, which makes Jasmine upset because she didn't know who the guy was that helped her and stuff, and stopped the guy because she was in love with him. I could definitely see in her eyes that she was actually having a crush on him. Now, later on in the film, Abu frees Aladdin, and Jafar, disguising himself as an old man walks over to Aladdin and shows him the Cave of Wonders in the desert. So basically, Aladdin and Abu go in there. They meet a magic carpet throughout all the jewelry. So they basically. Oh, I forgot to say this before I go any further. This is a spoiler alert. If you guys have not seen the movie Aladdin, please do not watch the rest of this video. I'm just giving you what's basically going on. I should be saying that in every single of my startup of videos, but I forgot to, so I do apologize again. Now, basically, when Aladdin gets the lamp, Abu touches one of the jewels, and well, let's just say there was a lot of stuff happening one way or another, and then Aladdin and Abu gets trapped in the Cave of Wonders with the magic lamp. So basically, with the magic lamp, he summons a genie, aka Robin Williams' genie, and he basically asked the genie if he could free them, which of course he did. He freed them, he helped them get out of the place, and they ended up going to an island where Aladdin explains his problem to the genie and says that he wants to become a prince. So Genie makes his wish come true by making him a prince, Prince Ali, and they go to Agrabah, and Jasmine sees the prince, and at first she didn't like the look of him, and Jafar didn't like him either, but the dad of Jasmine did, and the next part that gets really, really invigorating to the point where I'm like, wow, this is awesome and stuff, is when Aladdin and Jasmine go on kind of like a date. They go on the magic carpet ride, and they go to certain places around the world on the magic carpet. And basically, they have their first kiss, which I found that was actually a really cute scene. However, Jafar tries to kill Aladdin by having the guards drown him in the river, but unfortunately that doesn't happen because, well, the genie saves Aladdin, and they go back to the palace, and they found out that Jasmine's father was being, brainwashed by Jafar, and Jafar said to Jasmine that Jasmine is marrying Jafar, and Jasmine didn't like that. But of course she chose someone else, which of course Aladdin comes in, and he basically stops what's going on, and he basically explains to Jasmine's father that Jafar was mind controlling him. So basically the next part of the movie is when Aladdin gets very depressed to the point where he's doesn't want to be around anybody, and he tells Jasmine the truth that he was a street rat the whole time, but he was afraid Jasmine would reject him. But that does sort of happen, but except that was when Iago got the lamp, and he basically gives it to Jafar, which of course he takes over Agrabah, and then Jasmine's lover's identity was being shown by Jafar. So basically, Jasmine and her father were being held hostage in the palace, so Aladdin, Abu, and Carpet end up having to go and save their friends. So the fight with Aladdin and Jafar goes on, and as the fight goes on, he defeats Jafar at the end of the movie, and they free Jasmine, and Agrabah goes back to normal. So the Sultan changes his law, saying that his daughter will marry whoever she desires. So that makes her happy, and that's basically pretty much the movie. And that was Aladdin. This film came out in 1992. For those who were born in the 90s, or even born in the 90s, early 2000s, or at least grew up with the movie, or grew up watching Disney movies, you should probably already know about this movie, and most of you guys that I do know have seen this movie. What do I think of this movie? I actually found this movie to be very good. Like, it's a really good, one of my favorite Disney movies. I do know there is a remake to this, which I will review in the near future. I honestly found this movie to be quite cute. You know, the parts of where Aladdin and Jasmine are like hanging out and stuff. That I can see because, you know, it's really cute. Coming to think of it, I actually do think that this movie actually did a good job. Especially Robin Williams. I really do think that Robin Williams did a great job. Like, I love his voice as the genie, but here's something I could definitely say is the Jafar character was really interesting. Like, the animation of itself with all the characters and stuff, that's actually interesting. And that is something I could definitely say why I like it, is because, you know, it's a very good movie. And a lot of people really don't appreciate Disney movies now these days because Disney movies are not that great anymore. Well, Disney movies are decent in that now these days, which of course there are a few Disney movies I don't like, but I might get to that maybe in the next video or so. But who knows? Aladdin is actually a very good love story. I love the love story between Aladdin and Jasmine, and I obviously thought that this movie was actually adorable. Now, the concept itself is actually a really good story, and this is actually based on the true Aladdin story. You know, it's been told in many different ways about how the story has been told, but here's one thing I could definitely say is that the origins of Aladdin, the Dark Ones, they're darker than the movie is, and I can understand why this movie was kind of dark. But of course, if you guys think that this movie was dark, I think that Tarzan, in my opinion, is actually one of the darkest movies I've seen as a kid. I understand Tarzan was a dark movie, but it was still pretty good. This concept and the storyline of how the movie went out was just amazing. The animation was just awesome. I really like the voice actors, especially Robin Williams, but I am sad that he passed away. But he did a great job, and he will always be my favorite genie. Now, oh, excuse me. With that being said, my little pretties, I will be rating this movie. Sorry again, people. My dog is barking. That's going to be something. Well, here's the thing. Like I'm going to say right now, this is simply my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's okay too. We're all entitled to our opinions regards to this Disney movie. Now, my final rating of this movie would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a really great movie. I actually love the concept itself to be nice. The storyline of how the movie went out was great. I like the animation. Everything about it was just really good. Now, my final rating of this movie would have to be a 10 out of 10. If you didn't hear me that before, I said it again. Now, anyways, what did you think about this movie? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Shadow Lioness. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe because I upload new videos all the time. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll get notified to when I upload. And with that said, people, my little pretties, I'll be seeing you all in the next review of a movie or something. Peace out, and thank you so much for watching. And I'll be over and out. Peace out, people. See you all later.